P1000 is a microprocessor-controlled 4-stage horizontal puller that's used for making glass micropipettes and microelectrodes. And today, we're going to look at several factors that can affect the pulling of glass. As the temperature of glass increases, the glass transitions gradually from a hard and relatively brittle solid state into a soft and viscous state. To form glass into certain shapes using a puller, heat is applied through a filament, and many factors affect how the heat is transferred from a filament to the glass capillary. First, the filament holders heat up when current passes through that filament, which can get even hotter as the puller is used continuously. To reduce the heat residue buildup, allow time for the colder ambient air to cool down all the components between pulls. Second, the convection of air in the ambient environment, both inside and outside of the covered chamber, affects the heat transfer from the filament to the glass. So room temperature and humidity affect the glass's transition. Third, heat radiating from the filament plays the most important role in the glass's transition. The distance between the surface of the glass and the surface of the filament affect the amount of heat transferred. So it's critical that the glass is placed at the very center of the filament so that all faces of the glass are evenly heated. Fourth, the filament is made of a platinum-iridium alloy, which is one of the most inert substances in the heating material market. Yet it still slowly oxidizes in the air's oxygen. And this causes a reduction of mass each time it's used. It will eventually burn out, but as the mass changes over time, the temperature that it produces also changes. Fifth, the different glass capillaries with different outside diameters vary in their glass softening points. The glass composition and the variances affect the softening point. And there can also be some variation in the same glass products taken from different lots. You may need to make some fine adjustments to the pulling sequence parameters based on the glass capillary product you use and your laboratory's environmental conditions. As a general rule of thumb, the parameters, heat, force, distance, and delay, can be altered to achieve the desired shapes and dimensions of pre-pulled pipettes. Here's the general rule of thumb. Increase heat for longer tapers and decrease it for shorter tapers. Increase the force for smaller tips and longer tapers, or decrease it for larger tips and shorter tapers. Increase the distance for smaller tips and decrease it for larger tips. Increase the delay for shorter tapers or decrease it for longer tapers. Here's a bonus tip. To make a tip larger than 5 microns, break off the final tip. Use a breaking back technique with blades or tweezers, or drag the tip across a kimwipe. A second process, such as beveling or fire polishing, may also be needed. Remember, the residual filament heat, environmental conditions, the position of the glass relative to the filament, the age of the filament, and variations in the glass all affect the shape of the pulled micropipette. Be patient and make adjustments to your program as necessary. And if you have any questions, just give us a call.